Hello, welcome to something a little bit different. This is Microgravity, living on the International Space Station, a free online course, badged online course with the Open University. Now, I was a joint author and presenter on this course, which is online free, and it talks about microgravity and the International Space Station. I'm going to include now a short excerpt from this to give you a flavour of what it's about.
Living on Earth, you'll be very familiar with gravity, and although sometimes we curse it when we drop something and it breaks, we are of course grateful that it's there, keeping us and the air that we breathe right where it should be. You've also heard of weightlessness, and no doubt seen astronauts perform EVAs or extravehicular activities in space where they appear to float as if they had no weight at all. But this week, you'll discover what is meant by microgravity. You'll study how the famous Vomit Comet works to achieve microgravity, and you'll learn about the conditions on the International Space Station, or ISS. The ISS is pretty easy to spot in the night sky when it flies over us. You don't even need binoculars to see it. You can see it with the naked eye. And there are apps you can use to see the video feed from the ISS to see what they're seeing from up there. But life up there in microgravity is very different, and this week you'll explore how to get rockets up into space, how to keep the ISS in orbit, compare what gravity is like on different planets, and even carry out your own experiment to explore the forces involved in all of this. Good luck.
Now, this was the set that I was reading from. Here we have the green screen behind me, the microphone sat in position, the camera there, and the light. Wonderful. It's the only time I've ever done it. It was a fantastic and fascinating opportunity. Some cube, I've got no idea what that cube was there. That's what I could see from the front. I had the caption that I could read off there into the screen of the guy doing the sound, and again the same cube there. So very, very interesting experience, filmed at the Open University head office at Milton Keynes. What's the course all about? Well, here he is, a free course, Microgravity, living on the International Space Station. Free statement, you get there, course content, 8 weeks, and starting there, all interesting stuff, 4.3 out of 5 stars rating. You can join it, open learn, lots of courses, lots of really good maths ones actually. There you go, the free course was written by me and Helen Fraser, first published in October 2018. Now what's really interesting, it was produced with the financial support of Dangor Education, the educational arm of the Exi Larks Foundation. Interesting, look at the symbolism as well. It's almost like you've got a 6, a 6, and a 6 almost. Ooh, interesting, isn't it? And here's David Dangor with Nick Braithwaite. I used to work with Nick and know him very well, actually professor in charge of the physics at Open University Milton Keynes, and I think she is now the Vice Chancellor wearing the regalia, usual kind of setup. Actually Nick was employed partially to work on that course. David Dangor has some Jewish background. He studied physics at Imperial College London, then worked for IBM, and then he wants to provide chance for people regardless of interesting faith, location or background. Faith, what does faith or religion have to do with it? Location or background, interesting. And he got an honorary doctorate here for his services to education. What other kind of course can you do? Oh, could we control our climate? That's a very interesting question actually. Could we control our climate? Or are we doing it right now through weather manipulation? Thought of the day. Introduction to exoplanets, galaxies, population of planets. Yeah, planet. Does that word exist? Do these exist? Moons of our solar system, are these physical objects or is it a light? Understanding autism, I wonder how that was created, or why it's got worse or more prevalent or more diagnosed in the last 10-20 years. And then the one that I was a joint author and presenter on, Microgravity, living on the International Space Station. Right, so how credible is this when you use a scientific method as to your assumptions. Are they correct assumptions that we live on a spinning, wobbling, hurtling globe going through the universe at 66,600 miles per hour at a tilt of 23.4 degrees from the vertical, which is 66.6 degrees from the horizontal, with a curvature of 8 inches times mile squared, which works out to be 0.666 per foot times mile squared. Interesting, isn't it? How when you start to look back at certain things, you start to become a little bit more understanding or critical or reflective of certain assumptions. And that is it really. So that's the introduction to the course. There's some very good courses there actually. They're free, and the mathematics ones are outstanding, I must admit. Some of these are just a little bit interesting where their assumptions are from. Okay, so that's finished. That's the end of this quick presentation. I thought I'd share that with you. One of my few claims to fame that I have been an author and I have been a presenter. So that's it really. Thank you for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.